have arrived.
Yeah,
Time
okay.
started.
Awaiting orders.
Affirmative.
Reporting.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Awaiting orders. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative.
Yes, affirmative. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Report knowledge. Affirmative. Knowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Be affirmative.
Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. Got it. Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. Roger.
Reporting. Acknowledge. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative.
Affirmative.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledge.
Affirmative. Right away, sir.
Yes, acknowledge. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Ready and waiting. Yes, sir. Roger.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Waiting. Affirmative. Roger.
Vehicle reporting.
Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting.
Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Yes, acknowledge.
Waiting order. You got it.
Not a problem. Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Acknowledge. Yes. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative.
Yes.
Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Reporting. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Reporting. Reporting.
Awaiting order.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledge. Affirmative. Roger.
Vehicle reporting. Awaiting order. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. On my way. Indeed. Waiting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Waiting. Affirmative.
Awaiting order. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Reporting. Acknowledge. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir.
Reporting. You. Yes, sir. Waiting. Yes, sir. Engineering. Affirmative, Commander.
Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Waiting order. Right away, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Reporting.
Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. On my way. Acknowledge. Got it. Ready and waiting. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Waiting. Yes, yes, sir. Indeed. Yes, acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Negative.
Waiting order. Reporting. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledge.
Acknowledge. Indeed.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Waiting order. You got it.
Unit lost.
Reporting. Acknowledge. Yes, acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Vehicle acknowledge. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledge.
Acknowledge. Indeed.
Awaiting order. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Commander. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Vehicle acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Commander. For King yes, sir. Affirmative.
Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit
Yes.
lost.
Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Reporting. Right away, sir. Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost. Unit
Yes.
lost.
Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Indeed. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. For king and country. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Engineering. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative.
Reporting.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Waiting order.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Waiting order.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Medic reporting.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Commander, for king and country.
Reporting. Affirmative.
New construction
Acknowledged.
options.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Reporting.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Wait.
Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Mission accomplished.